NFS, NFS. We the best, we the best. NFS, we get those foes rocking right out of your chest like this.
Yo, what is up? It is your boy, Randy Bell.
What up? It's your boy A-squar3d.
And this is another NFS podcast. But I think we finally found our purpose. We have been going on the cool road for I don't know how many goddamn weeks into this podcast.
Dude, isn't it like 12 podcasts by now?
Something like that. And the thing about it is when I say the cool road, that means that we are not saying anything of significance to the world. Cool to us just means lame as shit and just means boring. And the thing about it is we're not cool. We've never been cool. No. I don't care to be cool.
No.
Never gonna be cool. I'll be dope.
Agreed.
Dope as fuck.
Damn.
But yeah, no, we found our direction because you know what, we're just nerds. We're just some nerds and we do our nerd shit. Again, we're both creators, so there's always gonna be a deep level of nerdiness in that shit. And honestly, I don't really care to hide that because I'm like, why hide it and then have it come out as something bad? Especially in the time that we're in. Honestly,
I'm pretty grateful for the time we're in, man.
Well, I mean now, yeah, because the shit that we're into, you know, is a lot more accepted now than it was before. In which what we're talking about is anime. I love that shit. Honestly, it's one of the things that helped me and pushed me into wanting to create stories more because it has a certain level of depth to it that I love.
Oh yeah.
But also, you know, music is of course another main inspiration, and you know, TV, and even just the Western TV shows that we watch here. So NFS is going to embody the world. Is going to embody more talking about the world of entertainment as well as our own personal ventures through this, while in present and in past, and just things like that. Because why not?
Exactly.
So with that being said, Alfred has about a half an hour's worth of content to tell you about, so go hit him.
Dude! Why are you putting this on me again? I thought we decided.
I thought you said that you had this. You said that you had like so much research that it's just gonna be like, yo, you're gonna destroy the shit. And I was like, all right, man, go ahead, take it, man. I was gonna bring some stuff, but I was like, if you go and bring the whole house, fuck
it. Goddamn, man. But yeah, no. So I guess we could start off with this shit. So yeah, you remember how you've been telling me to actually go watch and read about Tower of God?
Yes, the Korean anime.
Yes.
Which it doesn't mean anything, but I just wanted to kind of specify it's a Korean anime, and it actually is very fucking dope. But yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's fucking phenomenal. Like I was gonna say, like I'm already like 14 chapters in.
Yeah. And
just the depth of story that I've just found within those 14 chapters, I'm just fucking baffled, man.
So are you reading it?
Yeah, actually. Because I finally, I reinstalled. Apparently I had one manga on my phone, so I reinstalled it, and that's the first thing I said. I was like, oh shit.
I mean,
might as well just jump into it.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, you could watch that. Honestly, they're both. Yeah. I've read because I know when I actually went into reading the manga, it was actually it doesn't stray away from what the manga's doing. So that actually is pretty much the same thing. So
also, there's no fillers and shit in Power of God and on the actual anime.
Yeah, because the anime only takes up the floor test. Like it only essentially does like the floor test.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I just say I'm like, you can read it, but I say I'm like, we might as well take the opportunity to enjoy it, the actual like animated series for it, since they only.
So I won't be missing out on anything if I, let's say, do that instead of just catching up with.
Oh, it's only on the floor test, so you could literally then skip a couple chapters and go ahead and then start after the floor test. Then, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because I find the art style in the beginning actually wasn't the greatest. I feel like
You're kidding! I was amazed by the art style in the beginning.
Really, I actually found the art style got a lot better after probably about the floor test. Like that's when the illustrator actually got a lot better at their skill, and I guess really got comfortable with drawing those characters.
Oh god damn.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's actually news to me. So now I actually have to jump into this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well then, so
I mean,
wait up for me for another 2 years, and then I'll jump on the app.
I mean, if you're reading the manga, it will take you. It took me a while to read through it to catch up. Sadly, for anybody who is interested in reading or watching this, the writer has stopped writing because they were not feeling well. They were sick, and they were going through all the issues of the pandemic because it is a current ongoing anime. So they stopped around the
March of
summertime.
last year.
No.
Oh,
They stopped around summertime.
oh, right.
But still, you get a
Mhm.
you get a really good sheet. Let me put that on silent.
Mhm.
You get a really good read, and there is how many chapters?
Dude, okay. I'm looking at it right now. There's a lot of fucking chapters, man.
There is 485 chapters.
That's the one.
Yeah. So, not bad. You get a good read out of it. That was one I actually very much enjoyed, and the only reason that I specify that it is a Korean manga is the fact that you will get to enjoy it in color. So
Right.
for anybody who likes more just comics and color and stuff, then yeah, I would recommend this. I really like this story.
Yeah, no, I'm
and I actually like
starting
where it's
to
gone.
like it. No, I couldn't believe actually how I can't believe how much I delved into it, because I was thinking, okay, normally my approach with anime manga is okay, I'll watch the pilot or read the first chapter, okay, cool, and then I'll let it manifest in, right? But then I just constantly kept scrolling through it, and by then I think I'm 5 chapters in, within just him getting through the tower and shit. And I'm just like, wow, it's actually really immersive.
Yeah, because there's a lot of depth. There's a lot of depth in it that you can appreciate that the writer did.
Yeah, there's so much story. Yeah, there's so much layers to it, and I'm just I'm just genuinely in awe, because it actually expands my anime experience now. Because normally I'd anticipate about 2 or 3 different stories within one branch of an anime, right? But this one feels like there's a lot more that they go in depth with.
Yeah. No, trust me, it's good.
Mhm.
I just I'm trying not to say too much because I don't want to spoil anything. I'm just just get through the floor test. So at least I could speak about that with people, because it goes far. It just sucks. It sucks, and prayers to the creator because of this anime and this manga, or the story in general, because I hope that they actually get better and that they're still confident in writing this and finishing this.
I hope so. I'm getting I'm getting sucked right into it.
Yeah. And to keep on Korean mangas, Solo Leveling, which I feel at one point is going to get an anime adaptation. That one is actually good.
If I can find an app that I can actually read up on Solo Leveling, then I'll jump right into it. But so far, it's been hard trying to look for it.
Yeah.
Without actually being on a computer and just opening up an internet browsing site. So
yeah, true. I mean, it's worth it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that's the other one on my read list too.
And I bet a lot of other people here will agree with me that the God of High School is probably one of the best animes ever made for our generation and our time.
Who are you lying to, Randy?
Any character in it could beat Goku 10 times over. So just in case anyone who's asking, I'm just letting you know, you ain't shit to any of the characters in God of High School.
Not even Saitama from One Punch Man?
Fucking, he's a fly, all right? He's a fucking tryhard. Don't even understand that he has no chance in hell. I just want everybody to know that, and I just want to let you know that story is so immersive and so detailed and so beautiful that you will honestly not regret watching it. Because I didn't regret watching it. I loved it.
Notice how there's a
today's sponsor is God of High School.
Oh my god! Can you imagine? Oh my god!
I'm gonna tell you guys right now, for anybody who is listening, if I get sponsored by a shitty anime that I don't like, just understand I will sell the fuck out. I'm not gonna act
Go
like
right now.
I'm not gonna act like, yo guys, believe in me, I'll never sell. If someone brings $10,000 to my door, I'm definitely gonna do. I'm gonna do that take.
30-second take for 10 grand.
Because personally, because I watched The God of High School, and I know a lot of other people watched The God of High School, and I felt like there was two sides. Because it seems like I've seen a lot of people say this, where I'm like, everyone can come to agreement to say The God of High School, great action, like the animation for the action scenes and everything was actually good. I like that. I actually appreciate that in the show. Like you could just make the compilation on YouTube and I'll watch that. And at the same time, while you do that compilation, just understand that that's how you'll feel about the story. That you're like, huh, interesting. So what the hell's going on? I'm kind of curious. And if you take the time to watch the actual goddamn show, you're going to find that you're just like, interesting. What the fuck is this? No, seriously, what the fuck is the story? Because my friend introduced me to this shit. And I just sat there every week. He'd come to me, oh, what do you think? And I'm like, I don't know, man, because I don't know where the fuck the story is. But the action's good, yeah, but that's not the shit that's supposed to carry it for the whole time. Because like we've seen enough shows nowadays, much better animated action scenes. My Hero Academia has dope ass action scenes.
Facts.
One Punch Man, the first season, has great action scenes. Demon Slayer, great action scenes. And all of these things that I've just named, great action scenes with great story.
Phenomenal story, man. Peace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nerded out on a lot of anime.
I remember when you were talking about God of High School, man. At first, like it seemed like you were on the fence about it. Like, do I say it's great or do I say it's like a thing? And then
I wasn't on the fence about saying if it was great or not. I was on the fence of saying like, is it even like a 2? Yeah. Is it even a 2 out of 10? Just to let if anyone was confused.
2 out of 3?
Yeah.
Well, no. So that wasn't going to be on my watch list anyway.
Sorry. 2 out of 10 would not recommend. There's a lot better mangas or animes to watch. I don't even think I'd read that one. Again, if I were to read that shit, I'd be even more disappointed. But I know there are some fans of it for whatever reason.
But the action, though.
It's like I want to say something positive to the fans of of that show, but I'm like, I got nothing, man.
Look, they're gonna come in here and they're gonna just.
I mean, you can say whatever the fuck you want. It's trash. He can't beat Goku, so I'm gonna turn into one of those toxic fans. Cause yes, I grew up with Dragon Ball. That was a fucking cult here.
Oh fuck yes!
I remember back in the fucking 90s watching that shit, and it was. I'll tell you right now, and I know enough people can vouch. That was the worst experience of my life.
I
agree. But again, it was like a cult, so you had to watch it because you had to know. So, not even the Dragon Ball series. The Dragon Ball series was fine because I don't fully remember everything. Because I was young. I do remember watching it. It didn't seem like it didn't seem like it was that many issues like Dragon Ball Z was, because Dragon Ball Z came and that's when all the issues would happen, because they would get. I don't know how the process of mailing was for doing these stuff back in the day, but it was like they would get a pack, like a 3-pack of episodes. So they would dub it. You would get you get 3 weeks of watching shows getting to watch that shit consecutively, and then what happens? They throw you all back to the beginning. Now I'll say they didn't do that for the beginning. I think they let you get through pretty much the whole Raditz saga. They let you get through and then they started on the Vegeta saga actually.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. So if anybody who didn't know, like the reason I call it a cult call it a cult, and I feel like why a lot of people have gotten so toxic with the whole Kenny B Goku is we had to watch. You were being here in the Western civilization. You had to watch the show, catch up to not even where the sub version was, just catching up to where we were supposed to be. You'd watch it. As soon as you caught up, they would throw you all the way back to the first episode.
My goodness. I swear at one point when I was a kid, I actually memorized the very first Raditz episode.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Of how many times. Yeah.
Because what the fuck? Because I think Dragon Ball started in the 80s.
Yes.
We didn't finish Dragon Ball Z till 2000s.
Yeah.
But I think it was done in Japan in the 90s.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Because everything was out there, and then like
because they didn't need to dub it. So yeah. But it was like the worst experience ever. Because imagine.
I hated and loved it at the same time because like at the point like we were growing up, that was one of the only gateways of animes that you were able to watch on TV.
No, there was plenty. That was just like the most. I feel like that was just the most obvious. Again, the Pokemon, Digimon.
Oh yeah, but Pokemon was too
Sailor Moon.
I think that's the
Sailor
one that
Moon was there. Pokemon. I don't think that was really Americanized. It was just. It was a promotional show. Like it became this show where it's like fuck the story. Let's just make it about a kid who constantly fails and everyone looking at it like you should quit. You're fucking terrible at this. But they sold us on the video games.
Oh, they did.
And
the trading card games, as you can see in fucking news right now.
Well, the smart thing was they didn't make the character Ash. They made the character you, in that sense. So you got to write your name or whatever. So you didn't have the anticipation of losing every fucking time you went. Or you went to the finals or whatever. I can't even fucking remember. I stopped watching Pokemon a long time ago. Like, I've stopped watching Pokemon before we found out that there was more than 150.
Yeah, I was somewhere around that too.
I thought they were adding it, but then I was like, oh no, it actually like they already had a plan of knowing like there was way more than 150. They just said just in the Kanto or whatever fucking region.
Yeah,
Kanto, this region is where 150 of them are, but the other regions have like 15,000. I was like, oh fuck you, nah, I ain't falling for this because I remember the whole trend. I remember when Pokemon cards came out back in the day. And I think me and my friend bought one pack, and then after we found out that there was a whole thing of like, I don't know if this is actually real, but like there was a whole thing of real cards and fake cards.
Yes, there were.
Okay, so we found that out, and that was a thing. Now you have to go back and you have to understand that we were not the richest of people. So
no.
As soon as we found out that there were rich cards and fake cards, we then said, fuck cards and went back to handball. And yeah, so my adventure into Pokemon didn't go that far. I'm kind of sad because I'm like, I think I would have enjoyed that, the whole Game Boy experience of getting the fucking cord to connect and then trying to connect and battle people. I know I saw a bunch of people at my school, not a bunch of people, a couple kids because they had money, but yeah, a couple kids doing that at school. It's kind of dope, but yeah.
Actually, you're talking about disparity about Pokemon and the connection thing. I was reminded sorely of when I lived in Sarnia, and because like
go on.
But anyway, I remember like the disparity of like having like what was cool for them back then and whatever I had, right? And I had the classic Game Boy Brick. Like I don't know if you remember that one, that big gray ass.
That was classic. That's what everybody had back in the day before we could afford a Game Boy Color.
Yeah, well, we couldn't afford Game Boy Color because I brought that straight from Singapore, right? That was the only thing I had.
I didn't have any Game Boy, so yeah, don't worry. You were doing better than I was at that time.
No, I was made fun of and ridiculed, and it was bad enough that I was the only Filipino in the classroom, and I was like, oh wow.
I was gonna say you were, but I'm like, yeah, you're Sarnia. Never mind. I guess they're a little well off there because I'm like, everybody had bricks. It was kind of a mix. Some people had bricks, some people had color, but nobody really cared.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, go on.
No, they did, and I just got ridiculed for it for like months on end. And then they're like, "Oh, you can't even play the new version of the Pokemon because like, it looks better in color." I'm like, I didn't care. All I wanted was just to have like, just the experience of like just using the cable and connecting to someone and then just battling and shit, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, well, that got taken a little away from me, and that's when I figured out about Game Shark and how
Yeah.
you can hypothetically get whatever Pokemon you want. And
fucking
all
nigga
the
started
Master Balls
cheating.
you can have, man.
This nigga was cheating.
Don't lie, you would have done the same thing.
No, actually, you know what? I wasn't one of the people to cheat. My brother. I'm gonna throw his ass under the bus. No, my brother was all about cheating. That was the one thing about me and him. He would love to cheat. So I kind of followed that route for a little bit, but but I'm more of the competitive person, so I just would like to try to naturally get better. Now he would compete with me, but at the same time, when he could cheat, he would cheat. So then that way he'd be ahead of me, but it was like, nigga, you took steroids, so no, this isn't fully fair. But in certain situations, that still fuck him up. So it was great. It was an experience, but yeah, cheating, nah, not really. Unless I was feeling
only
really
because
lazy.
yeah. No, I had no friends to like, because like I never actually had the experience of like trading using that classic like cable to cable shit because no one wanted to deal with me apparently because I had a brick Game Boy. So
Poor. Yeah. No one's dealing with a peasant. They didn't want to see that. They didn't want to see that green shit come onto their screen.
What the hell is that? Is that
I mean, I would love like the Pokemon that came from like that Game Boy came onto the Game Boy Color and were still green and shit. That'd be fucking great. I'd go back and buy that shit just for that.
I don't even know if I still have it in my parents' house.
Probably not.
I'd actually be looking for story everything, man. But yeah, that's another story for another time.
Yeah. But also on top of this, I just want to say happy Women's History Month. You know, it is that time of year. Black History Month has come to an end, but it doesn't mean that Black history has come to an end. You can always take your time and actually learn because Black history is just, at least in this continent, American history. Canadian and American, of course. I just mean North American history. So take your time and actually learn shit because the history that you have learned is whitewashed and it is not even giving you the full story on your own actual history. So the shit we learn is just all bullshit.
Yeah, it's all fabricated and it's just like, it makes it look like it's the greatest thing ever. It's like, no, it's not. There's a lot more to it that meets the eye.
Yeah. Yep. But yes, because I don't want people to just think, oh, we're super nerds on anime. We also are again musicians.
Yes.
And I am a deep lover of music. I will always be a deep lover of music as well as writing my own shit. But pretty much I haven't really heard too much new stuff. Honestly, it's been a very slow while. It's honestly been a kind of a slow time because I've been busy with doing a lot of my own stuff right now, hoping to get this year fully
vamped up.
Well, just use this to do everything I can to my advantage. Do as much as I can with what I have. So yeah.
Of course.
But I actually was going through some of my stuff that I've downloaded, and I was like, oh shit. It's an artist. It's a smaller artist who is pretty much on the come up. But yeah, they're called Rum Gold.
Ooh.
One of their songs actually got pretty big. Cause I know I heard that, and then I don't know who I heard it from. But let me just make sure I get the name right because I know somebody out there screaming and like, "You stupid!" Where There's Smoke. That was actually the song. That song was dope. I loved how they did it. Honestly, Rum Gold gives me like a male Leon LaHavis kind of vibe. For anybody who knows Leon LaHavis, UK singer. But yeah, They have very
Oh,
similar
wow.
they have very similar vibes, but at the same time they are very different from each other. But I love both of them. But yeah, no, I
Mm-hmm.
actually like his music a lot. Uh,
Oh, wow.
so
No, that's good, man. Well, I'll
just
go
just a
check that out.
recommendation because I don't only want to talk about myself. Even though there's this guy named Randy Bell. He made a song called Red Rover. You guys should check
So
it out. It's honestly
plug.
very dope. Shameless plugs. I don't care. The fuck you have these platforms you don't advertise your own music for.
For real, though, right?
I'm just saying,
Goddamn.
it's not like I'm playing it. I probably will play it at the end of this, but
I know you will.
I have the power, but it's not like I'm playing it right now. Anyways,
Red Rover, Red Rover. What the hell does that sound?
I mean, don't worry. I'm probably gonna just like have a cut and just right in the middle.
Yep.
Commercial break. But yeah, you were telling me you had a auto site you were listening to.
Actually, yeah. Lotus actually came across these two, like this duo, and I thought, hey, why not? And because like I've heard her playing it,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, like there was actually something interesting with it. Like it gave me sort of like if two artists decided to be more like Tyler the Creator, like his
Oh.
creativity, like just that oddity creativity, right?
I thought I
So
was
then
gonna I thought I was gonna know who this was, but I'm like, maybe I don't. But let's see.
Chris and Teeb.
Okay, absolutely not. I have no idea who the hell that is.
Yes. Thank God, man. I would have felt really awkward. Nah, anyway. Yeah, their EP is out. The Manifestation. They released it a couple of years ago.
So wait, how do you
But,
spell
yeah.
Teeb?
It's Chris and then dash N as in November and then Teeb Teeb.
Okay, I thought, all right.
And they had an EP out called The Manifestation. It was really creative. Like, I know it's not like it's because I just wanted to listen to some other things in order to get inspiration from, right? And
Of course.
just the creativity that they had, and honestly, it was one of those like, yeah, I was able to actually repeat it for the last little while. So yeah, go check them out. Their EP is called The Manifestation, and yeah, let me know what you think about it, Randy.
It is trash. Not play.
Oh my goodness.
I guess I should actually say like what Rum Gold's out or EPs were called because I don't think he has an album yet. The one that I'm listening to is Yarn, and but the most recent one that he put out was Aimless. Yarn.
Okay.
So yeah, he has two. So I guess they're albums because kind of an EP because 6 tracks, but I don't know. But either way, it is what it is. But either way, he's dope. So yeah, I would say check out those two. See where we also see where artists get inspiration from artists because we like listening to each other's stuff. At least some of us. And then also, I don't really care to compete. I don't see a reason to always be trying to compete with your colleagues. There's room for everybody.
No, always, man, always. There's enough room for us to actually grow up with.
With that being said, nobody listened to A-Squar until you listen to my music.
Oh my goodness. And the shoot down. Why was I expecting that?
Always.
On my show too.
Nigga, your show. The fuck? Who came to you with this idea?
Yeah.
Yeah, nigga. Check yourself.
Fine.
Better correct that shit before you get fucked
Okay,
up in these
fine.
streets.
Our show. God damn.
Our.
I own half of it, right?
I'm about to switch this to the Randy Bell podcast.
Oh my. On my channel.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's pretty much what's been going on. That's pretty much what's been going on. I wish I could say like a lot of crazy stuff has been or it's about to happen. Like a lot of stuff is about to happen and a lot of stuff is in the works, so you know how that always is.
And if you guys have been checking out my channel along with the podcast, hopefully you will be able to see all of the TikToks that I've been reviewing every Tuesday. So, I deserve my own shameless plug here. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, people calling me during pod. Oh
God.
Yeah. But yeah. You were saying. I'm sorry. Basically, your shameless
I'm not
plugs
good.
on your channel. How dare you?
Yeah, well, if you
Ooh,
yes,
wow, no shame, no shame. I can't believe people would do that. Like,
that's
yo, we're trying to be
hypocrite.
professional. And you would do some shit like that. I'm
If I
perturbed.
hear Red Rover playing in the background while I shamelessly plug myself, dude,
See, the great thing is because I'm controlling the recording right now, I could literally have
I
it
know,
playing and you wouldn't even know. But I don't want to.
I know.
I don't want to because I'd have to like figure out the whole volume and everything right now. So that's something I'd have to deal with later. So you're lucky. Um,
Thank God.
I know we were gonna talk about another specific anime, but I feel like we should just leave that till next week because we kind of went off on a whole tangent about other stuff, about others.
My goodness, I couldn't believe
Um,
we actually went off on a tangent. We haven't done that in a while.
I mean, because again, we weren't thinking of shit that we actually like to talk about. We were just kind of talking
Facts,
about
facts.
the gossip of hip hop and
Hmm.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. I love hip hop. I love music in general. I don't really care for the gossip and the drama that much. It could be kind of interesting sometimes, but
Hmm.
most of the times I'm just like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, most of it is just clickbait, and then just like, oh, I see a headline, and then like after that, like I read into it, and like, I don't really want to talk about it.
Yeah, but yeah. There's that again. Play games. I love it because I love to get away from my realities and get into the world of art because art is supposed to not imitate reality, which I
Hmm.
feel like is being diluted. But that'll be a conversation for next day. Um, So yeah, no, because I'm like I won't even lie. Right now, I'm currently addicted to Valheim.
Oh,
I've
man,
been.
you raving about that game, man, like makes me want to like fucking build my computer quicker, man.
I
But
mean, yeah, no, it's actually because I used to
hmm.
not care for survival games because just
Hmm.
the aspect I'm like I gotta build a fucking house, nigga. I don't care about that shit. I just want to go
Hmm.
kill shit. But then I'm like, no, this is actually kind of interesting. I like doing this and like trekking and the fucking how big the world is fucking ridiculous. Yeah,
Yeah, man, I've been seeing these Let's Plays on Valheim, and I'm just like, I'm
yeah,
eager to get into it real soon, man.
yeah. No,
Hmm.
it's worthwhile.
Okay, okay.
Um, hmm. TV shows, anybody? I really need some recommendations. I hope that anybody who is watching could give some recommendations. I'm just about to finish Lupin, um, which is actually pretty good.
Mm.
The story is interesting. It's not too complex. It's kind like I could say it's a little bit it's a little straightforward, a little, but like it has its interesting points and stuff like that. I think it's just because it's something else. It's something different from the norm. Nothing crazily different, but something different from the norm. So yeah. So I feel
Mm.
like anybody who has any American shows that they'd want to recommend. Oh, well, actually, that's not even American, but yeah, anybody who has any shows to watch on Netflix, it's from France. But anybody who has any shows that you could watch on Netflix, I would love recommendations as well as animes. Right now, I'm currently watching because this is the only
Mm.
one where I have just a little bit of time, and actually it fits perfectly because it's only 15 minutes long. Is Scissor Seven. Um,
Ooh.
so yeah, it's a comedy based anime,
Oh,
comedy action. Actually, is good. I like it. It's entertaining. And again,
oh, cool.
it's only about 15 minutes.
Oh, sick. And it's on Netflix, you said?
Yep.
Hmm. All
Because
right, I
that's
might go
our
check it out.
sponsor today. No. Yo, has Netflix sponsored anybody?
No, they've actually just been taking, or like, yeah, they've been actually just claiming rights to like certain animes, like their Netflix originals or whatever.
No, I don't mean that. I mean like have they sponsored any
Oh,
YouTubers? Like in just the sense of like this video is sponsored by Netflix where you could go and blah blah blah. You know that bullshit?
yes.
I don't
I have not actually heard of anyone
I mean broke people don't
being
I mean broke people don't have to do broke things. So
exactly.
they advertise themselves. They're like drug dealers. You know, like I don't
Hmm.
need to advertise crack. I don't need to sell it to you. I just have to sell it to you, you know?
Facts.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, we talked about music. We talked about we very much talked about anime.
Hmm.
We talked about some shows. I don't know. Like, is there any shows that you've been watching lately?
For me,
Anything?
actually, it's just
Recommendations?
Black Clover.
I
I've
mean, yeah.
actually finally like,
I've been on that, but yeah, I gotta catch up. I kind of fell a little bit behind.
yeah, no, yeah, I was waiting because I remember catching up. What was it like? Yeah, it was most likely pre-pandemic that I actually finally caught up to the show, and then And then I believe you told me that like yeah they started the new season and whatever, so I
Yeah,
just
like
let it
right away.
simmer. What was that?
Pretty much like right away.
Hmm.
Well, I guess question. So what do you think of that show?
It's
Because I want depth. I don't want to just be like, yeah, just watching it. Like, give me some
no 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 no
depth.
no. No, I agree. Like the fact that they've expanded beyond the Clover Kingdom. I don't know if I'm spoiling this for anyone. Like,
Kind of, but yeah. I'm
okay.
not even saying the story. Okay, like
Hmm.
to me, I
Mm.
watch it, but I feel the show is very. I don't know. I like it, but it's very Naruto esque.
Yes, just because like all of the additional characters, and then like the fact that like thing like I feel like they can go so many ways and like focusing on specific characters to like expand the story on, but like fundamentally, like I feel like there's just too much
Well,
that they could do with it.
it's of course the story of Asta and fuck, I forgot
You
the other.
know.
Yeah, Asta and Yuno, but more so Asta than anything. And Asta is very much
Hmm.
Asta is like a mix of Naruto and Rock Lee.
Yes, yes, I got
Yeah,
that vibe in the beginning of it too.
because like no power, so it's like well, okay, so
Hmm.
yeah, but he's super strong, and I was like and like physically. So
Hmm.
when he punches the
Not
shit
even
out
like
of,
super strong magically.
so when he chin checks people, and like they getting folded, they going to sleep. But yeah,
For real though.
I like it. I like it though,
Hmm.
but I don't know if I love it.
No, it's not one of my. It's not one of my like top tier like animes. Like
Yeah, like it's not on the high recommendation list. It's like, yeah,
no, no.
if you want to watch it, yeah, it's interesting. I'm hoping that
Hmm.
it gets a lot better. I mean, but
Yeah.
it's in
But
time.
basically, it's the same premise. Like, yeah, like, well, where I'm at with Black Clover, it's the fact that, like, oh, okay, so we've cleared the story of this arc. Now, like, we're just expect like the way they're going about this season so far is the fact that, oh, did you know there was a bigger world beyond this kingdom?
Well, of course. I mean,
Hmm.
because they pretty much maxed out in that. They maxed out in that
Hmm.
kingdom, which was cool. Like I like the elf saw. I like the elf arc.
Oh my goodness,
I'm
that
not
was a
gonna
good arc.
spoil anything, but yeah, the elf arc was dope.
Oof,
But
man.
yeah,
But now that they tapped into Asta's like
past.
non-magical abilities, yeah,
Well, yeah, even just tapping in a little bit more and more into his past, it gets interesting.
yeah, it does. Like, I think that's the only reason why I'm still hanging on to this anime.
Cause yeah,
It's because of that.
I want to know who the fuck he is. Yeah,
Yes.
we figured out who Yuno is,
Hmm. Yeah,
partly.
partly
But
yes.
I'm trying to figure out the past, and I think that's what it is. It's just like Attack on Titan, where it's like, so what the fuck is in the
Hmm.
basement? Excuse me, please. What's in the basement? That took so fucking long. Yeah, I know,
Don't
but
hate me for this. I'm
yeah,
like, I can't remember how far I gotten with Attack on Titan. So like,
you didn't get
what
anywhere.
basement?
So you didn't get anywhere. You're
Okay,
wasting my
good.
time. Um, the basement is pretty much like it's kind of like I won't say the pinnacle, but it's the central point of a good amount of that story until you get into the recent series, until the recent season, because this season right now that they are doing currently is the final season for Attack on Titan.
Oh, okay,
Um,
okay.
so yeah, so you got time, but
Oh, good.
I'm not spoiling anything with just saying the basement. Like the basement is yeah.
Okay, cool, cool.
I
I've been
li-
hearing that, and I'm seeing the memes. I'm like, I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, yeah, no. The basement is very important. Just know that.
Okay, okay, I'll keep that in mind, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's it for now, but
Hmm.
in order to actually put us on point in actually saying this, we're actually going to take one of our favorite animes and cuz we're going to talk about it next week. So,
Of course.
we're going to talk about Fullmetal Alchemist. Now,
Oof.
we've already watched the original, and then we watched Brotherhood. We've already watched that from a
Yes.
long time ago, so we're up on that. So we're going to talk
Hmm.
about that next week. But
No.
we decided to say, fuck it. Let's watch all the different adaptations in the sense of the live action movies, and maybe even
Right.
some of the
Last night's
OVAs
decision.
and all that shit. So we're gonna have a good review on that next week, as well as hopefully some personal stuff. Who knows? Maybe I feel like we'll start telling some stories here because you know we've got stories. We got stories of just stupid shit that we've done over the years, just so everyone could relate.
Yeah, no, totally agree.
But yeah,
I think it's about time.
yeah. Well, I'm like, we're past the cool shit. We did like 12 episodes of being cool, of quote unquote being cool. Sorry for anybody who's like, that's what you think cool is. I'm like, yes.
God, they're losers.
I mean, I watched the cool kids in high school go to the smoker spin and do fuck all. So like, I feel like we did like a step over it.
We actually did something instead of just standing in the corner.
Going to a smoker spit, Tim Hortons, whatever
my goodness.
random fucking plaza you could stand in.
Facts.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
I never understood that shit. I'm like, there's so much shit to do, and we're gonna go and walk to a fucking plaza and stand here, my nigga? Nah, I'm good. That was never my thing.
Holy shit.
But yeah, I want to close this shit before I go on some fucking tangent talking about cool kids. People are gonna start thinking, nah, this nigga's just bitter. He probably got his ass beat all the time. No, I did not.
Right, I have to vouch for that. Yeah, he did not.
I did not. Yeah, thank you. And I do not help my case by saying I was an arts kid.
Oh man.
But I was well known with everybody and not hated because I was a black arts kid. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry for like the huge like major weebs. I wasn't in that major weebs world. Like we're gonna close, but I would just say we were in the world where we were in the times where we had to be ashamed of watching anime. So I would never openly speak about that shit.
No.
I knew I could convince anybody to that they would probably like anime because they have all the genres that we have here. But, you know, people were just like, no, man, it's fucking weird. And you know, it's like the extreme nerds who would do like the ninja run and shit really killed the selling point. So I was ashamed. I was in the closet. I was in the closet anime watcher for the longest time.
Yeah. I can vouch for that too, actually.
Yeah. So yeah. Nigga, you was a part of that, so shut the hell up. trying to act like, yeah, I was cool. No, this nigga tried to act cool. Look where your bitch ass ended up.
In the middle of nowhere again, like the rest of my life.
Doing a podcast to try and fix it. So yeah, join the nerds and embrace who you are. Because we don't have to be ashamed anymore. No. If I was still ashamed, I wouldn't talk about this shit at all. I'd have gone into the most gangster of rap and everything.
Oh man.
But yeah.
All right.
But I feel like that's enough. I feel like we've filled you guys' brain up with enough nerd shit for the day. So you know, till next week.
Hope you guys are.
Where we're gonna give you guys a full review on all the full metals for anybody. Even though there's probably people who have done it, but we're gonna just do it again. I don't really give a fuck.
I agree.
Talk about the stuff we love. Talk about the stuff we hated, which is probably the live action movies. The American. I think is there an American adaptation?
No, I'm pretty sure it was just the Japanese adaptation for the live action.
That might not be that bad. I'm hoping, but we'll talk about it when we get there.
Definitely.
And again, anybody who has any comments like, yo, what's your favorite anime? What's your favorite music that you're listening to right now? What's some of the favorite shows that you're watching right now? What are some of the stories you would love for us to tell? Would you love for me to tell? What was the story? Oh, yeah, about me sleeping with my homegirl's sister. Or not sister. Whoa. Extreme. Actually, is me sleeping with my homegirl's stepmother. See? Much better. Gotta clear that shit up. Or would you like to hear about would you like to hear about what was it? Which was the candy bar?
Oh my god.
Yeah. That one has an A-squared in it. So would you guys just tell us if you'd like to hear some of the life stories of the stupidness that me and A-squared went through. Or, you know, we want to talk about more anime. Either way, just leave that all in the comments below. So to end it all, I hope all y'all having a great time in this pandemic. Do as much as you can to distract yourself and try not to be as depressed because it's bad. No, I'm like worst advice. I give the best advice, but it doesn't always mean I'm right. That's actually what I'm going with that.
Not at all.
I give a good advice. I'm not always right. Follow your instincts and trust me, you'll figure out where to go. Till next time, my name is Randy Bell.
And I'm always going to be A-squared.
And this was an NFS Podcast. Peace, Easy.
Peace.